The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
What's going on? Ta-da! Are you running?
Ta-da! I hear me.
You hear? I don't. Hey, there you go. I see some popping.
Let there be sound.
How are you?
Matt with the audio effects. I am good. A lot better today than yesterday because we've got working equipment.
Mostly.
It is a nice day.
That's
it
right.
is fog induced.
Yeah.
We are under a fog advisory, and this
advisory.
morning, boy, I tell you, we were looking at, you were showing me pictures from your neighborhood, and we were looking at fog all over the traffic cameras, but look at that.
Yeah, so we're going to be kind of in the soup. A lot of us are until about 10 o'clock, and it really was, it wasn't even a hit or miss kind of a thing. You know, once in a while Johnny and Steve will be talking about it, you know, depending on where you are, maybe driving through it, that kind of thing. No, everybody, it was on everybody's menu this morning.
Oof. So, what does that shape us up for the rest of the day?
Not too bad, actually.
Well, the fog will move out of the way for us to have I think Steve called it a spring-like winter day today.
Pretty much. I mean, look at the
77 degrees, I tell you. Tomorrow, we're still going to reap the benefits of that.
Right.
Still going to be a really nice day heading into the weekend. And then Sunday night is when we're looking at some rain coming through our part of the world. Shaping up next week. Yep, you're seeing rain percentages every day next week. But we're going to enjoy this sunshine.
Right. And be ready for tomorrow morning, too. Steve was saying that tomorrow morning we're going to have, well, actually the next few mornings, fog is going to be the story, but then you can see what the day is turning into. So we'll take that. Just be careful on that drive.
Please pay attention.
Happening today, because happening yesterday, the first case of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 detected in the United States. So happening today, President Joe Biden set to speak to talk a little bit about where we are and where we're going to be going forward.
So what we know about patient 0 in the United States is that they traveled to South Africa on the 22nd of November, tested positive for COVID-19 on the 29th. That person is reportedly self-isolating, and intense contact tracing is happening at this point. But again, only one case, and that's in California. No cases in Louisiana. But now President Biden is tasked with letting the country know exactly what are the steps here to stop the spread of this Omicron variant here in the United States.
Right now, all the health leaders are saying, look, we still are a few weeks out from knowing just how pervasive this can be, how infectious this is going to be, the severity of the illness, what it's going to be. Patient 0, as you mentioned, at UCSF, University of California, San Francisco, that's where they were. And the doctors right now saying, we heard from Dr. Fauci again yesterday, when he talked to his colleagues there, say, he was vaccinated, but not boosted, and is, because of that, they believe, experiencing what they called mild symptoms, which is the whole idea. If you were to get vaccinated and to still catch it, which is obviously very, very possible, that's just how viruses work, that you now have the ability to fight this thing off a little bit better. It's not going to remain the only case in the United States.
Right.
It's just not.
It's
We've
inevitable.
seen how it works here in the United States. It's going to spread, so Omicron will be making the rounds. Are we ready for it? We'll see. I think that the Delta surge gave the folks kind of a reality check. Some folks a reality check of what it could do. The whole idea is to not have to deal with that again, but here comes another variant.
The goal here to be prepared, not panic. That's the key message coming from leaders from the top down, from the White House to state leaders. Really, the best protection here is vaccines. And remember, you still can get them for free. You can get them all over. And now children 5 and up can get them too. So a big resource when we talk about best protecting ourselves. Again, not 100% effective, but it is going to be your best resource right now to protect yourself moving forward.
We shall see. Also, we shall see, and this has something to do with our fog this morning. A search continuing along the Mississippi River for a man who went overboard yesterday morning about 2 o'clock. And hopefully the fog this morning is not impeding their search, but man.
It was the American Queen Voyages vessel there. As soon as they found him to go overboard, they started looking. Once they did not actually see him, crew members contacted the Coast Guard, state, local authorities to see if they could join in on the search. So as Matt said, entering day 2 of this search along the Mississippi River, we'll see what comes out of this again. Lots of people worried about this, family, friends, crew members. The company itself releasing a statement saying that they're thinking about them at this time, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more.
Yeah, we will. Obviously, this is, again, we'll got eyes on it for you, so we'll let you know the outcome. But Man, yeah.
That's
Hopefully
tough.
the search is able to get going.
Yeah.
Okay, so from that to something that's not happening today, but is something you might want to start to think about today. It's happening on Saturday. Doesn't come around often, but man, does this thing get used.
Look, when you are cleaning your home, you often find a lot of things you're like, well, how do I get rid of this properly? I don't want to put this in the trash.
No.
Often comes to mind batteries, old paint that you just don't use anymore.
Don't flush any of this stuff either.
Right. Any maybe chemical products that you're like, well, I don't know what to do. As Matt said, do not just flush it down the toilet. Don't pour it down the drain because you just don't know. Maybe cooking oil, cooking grease, a lot of things you should not be putting in the drain or the regular garbage should go here. That's why East Baton Rouge Parish is hosting Hazardous Household Material Waste Day.
It's coming up on Saturday. And so if you find this story right now on WAFB.com and the 9 News app, and by find, I don't mean it's like an Easter egg and you got to go hunting for this.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It kind of is,
Yeah.
unless it's something you literally want to find in that moment.
Yes.
I would rather not hunt, so you don't have to. It's actually one of the top stories up right now. Again, not happening until Saturday, but as you were talking about earlier, yeah, you know what? They need to know about it now because maybe you get a game plan together. You start to look for some of the stuff at your house that you know you want to throw away. You do that today. You do that tomorrow. Next thing you know, you're packed and ready to go for Saturday.
Yes.
So this story is waiting for you, kind of high on the list at WAP.com and the app. It has the location. It has the time. It has the list of stuff that you can throw away properly. And all the stuff that you got in your car, a lot of people change their own oil. They're changing all the liquids, minus the gas, easy. And so they just kind of got that maybe piled up at the house. Unpile it, throw it away right here.
And it's free, so take advantage of this while it's here. Drop it off on Saturday.
Okay, so from all that to the talk of the town, the talk of South Louisiana, the talk of Louisiana, the world of sports, the new coach for the LSU football team officially underway, that Brian Kelly era, and a lot of fans got to meet him last night.
First time students got to lay eyes on him was at the men's basketball game. Oh, by the way, 8-0.
Yeah, they won. The men's team
Love
did.
to hear that.
Yeah.
We wanted some excitement, especially given the way sports has gone this past season in the world of football. We need something to root on, and men's basketball is it.
I'm going to have to talk to my folks. My folks go to the games, go to the basketball games, and so I haven't talked to my mom and dad yet today, and so I need to talk to them this morning.
Well, this is a good reason.
And see, all right. So, what do you think? Was it crazy? Was it crazy? It was like 11,000 people in packing the PMAC, and so basketball's got it rolling. 8-0 after that win. Everybody getting to see Brian Kelly. So that's awesome. The women's team, okay, they're playing tonight. They're riding a 4-game win streak, but that's a big test coming up tonight in the PMAC.
Iowa State Cyclones coming to town, and they're looking to, correct me if I'm wrong, sweep the Baton Rouge schools, beating Southern on the 21st of November. Hopefully, we'll come out with a win on this go-around because we'd love to see the women also dominating here.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Coach Kim Mulkey, the Hall of Famer, still is kind of fine-tuning everything. These preseason, they're not preseason, but they call them preseason before you get into the SEC, right? These preseason games really kind of showing her what team she has, what needs to be worked on, preaching defense. But 14th ranked Iowa State, unbeaten Iowa State, and you've got them in your house. It's part of the SEC Big 12 Challenge, so you got a lot of SEC teams playing other Big 12 schools. And LSU draws Iowa State. This is a big test, preseason, to really get a feel for where you are as you go into that conference season. Tonight, 8 o'clock.
Looking forward to the challenge.
Yep, speaking of challenge, another one tonight.
Saints
Speaking of wins.
versus Cowboys,
Need something.
but dome field advantage.
That's true. That's true.
While we are still dealing with injuries, Taysom Hill.
Look at that.
Starting for the first time, isn't it crazy to believe, first time this season, given the concussion, given the foot injury. Good to see that this man is being the starting quarterback tonight.
So, obviously, with Trevor Siemian there, we had some struggles. It was not just Trevor Siemian behind quarterback. We had struggles all over the place, defensive side of the ball as well. But, so Taysom sets up behind center. The guy in this video, this still shot that you're seeing right here that he's handing the ball off to, Alvin Kamara, questionable, but Kamara's backfield mate, Mark Ingram, who was out, is back in. So you get some of these guys returning. You still have some injuries. We'll see. It's a 4-game losing skid, the biggest they've had in many, many, many years. Can they turn this thing around? They're not out of it yet, but these are now some must-wins. The Cowboys are leading their division. They want to stay there. We'll see what they are able to do tonight. We'll see. Cowboys dealing with some COVID issues, coach-wise, personnel-wise. So we'll see that. The injuries with the Saints, man, it'd be good.
There's a lot of ingredients in this gumbo that could make it delicious on our end. We'll
be.
see.
Yeah.
I want to approach that very
Leftovers
carefully.
tomorrow morning.
Yes.
We'll see how nasty they taste.
Hopefully they're great. Hopefully they're great.
Okay, so here we are. WAFB Plus, all the different ways you can find us. And as we get set to leave you on the Plus with all these channels, we're actually going to hang on our WAFB YouTube channel today.
Yes.
So it's kind of like Talk About It Thursday. Let's talk a little Thursday. What should we chat about?
How about holiday traditions?
Okay.
And because we always love talking about food, traditional recipes around
There
the
you go.
holidays.
Okay.
So we've got a number of things to talk about, and we'd love for you to chime in to tell us what kind of things are your family traditions, or what do you like to do? Even if you don't typically celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, any of the above,
Festivus.
Kwanzaa. Tell us.
Yeah.
We'd love to know.
From the food to the decorations to the places you go, the things you want to see, the things all that. Let's talk a little holiday traditions as we dig into December and get towards some of those bigger holidays.
Let's do
You wanna
it.
do that?
We'll see you on the other side.
Come on now, y'all be good.
Merry Thursday!
Friday Eve, right?
Friday Eve.
Friday Eve.
All of our days are kind of mixed up around here, but it's the
I don't
holidays.
even know where I am right now. So we're looking right now the holiday recipe section of WAFB. Every year we kind of throw this out there. And what was your recipe? What was your favorite recipe?
So every year I recycle mine because it is such a hit. It's part, like, it works. People love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't take credit for it. So we had pre-COVID, many years pre-COVID, morning show potlucks. We always do this for Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Sure.
One of our former line producers, Kira Schutte, came with this crock pot hot chocolate. 6 ingredients. You leave it in the pot, you leave it sitting, and you just stir it a couple times once an hour. It was the best hot chocolate I've ever had.
Yeah, it really was.
And so now I share it for holiday recipes, WAFB holiday recipes, and I get emails from people saying, everyone said this was the best sweet treat that night. That is the most satisfying thing.
Do you have to pay like royalties to Kira?
I feel like I should because of all the nice comments I've gotten about this. I feel like I should. So Kira, if you're watching, thank you.
And sometimes it really can be that kind of simple. The easy, simple ingredients.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a lot of time. Put it in the I mean, and it really can make the moment and make that kind of a memory. And we talk about like hot chocolate.
Oh, I know.
There's so many good recipes right here. Look, this isn't just about the recipes. We'd love to hear about your traditions as you think about the holidays. Have you put up the lights already?
Yes.
Is that going to be a this weekend thing?
Yes.
Have you put up the tree for Christmas? The candles up for obviously they are Jewish menorah. That's good to go. Ready now. Kwanzaa, Festivus made up for Seinfeld, but who knows? Maybe you got the
Still
Festivus
some
pole.
people like to celebrate.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, what about your favorite traditions? Are they about to happen? Have they started to happen? I'm a holdout with the Christmas music.
Okay.
I hold out. I don't begrudge anybody. They're listening to it right after Halloween, especially this year when, man, you just kind of needed to maybe feel some good stuff. But I held out until December 1st.
I'm proud of you.
I did. It was tough because I got 2 out of my 3 kids who were like, I'm all in.
Right.
But yesterday on the way home from work, turned it to our friends over at 96.1 who've been running Constant Christmas for like a month already. The first song I hear is one from Frank Sinatra. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm in.
You've been baptized.
I have been, and that's not, it wasn't a bad way. I'm not saying I didn't roll down the window and Baton Rouge was hearing me sing on the way down I-10. They may have.
Croon the tunes,
I
Williams.
promise I was paying attention. So, but yeah, that is just, for me, that's now we start going, and I'll be putting the lights up this weekend. The tree will go up this weekend. And, there you go.
Speaking of traditional dishes, every year I feel like you share this special dish, and it always sounds so good. I've yet to make it, but I really would like to, because you make it sound like it's a family heartwarming dish.
It is. It's just, whether you do the turkey or the ham or whatever it is you're doing for the main dish for Christmas or Thanksgiving, and my family does this for both the holidays. Spinach Madeleine is what you're talking about. And look, man, spinach ain't for everybody, but it's not just the spinach. And depending on where you are or how you grew up, it's different ways to make it. Both my grandmothers were brilliant at it. My mother, fantastic. I got an aunt here in town who is brilliant at it. Actually, I still have some of hers in the fridge from Thanksgiving.
It's a repeat. It makes two holiday appearances.
It really does. And then there's the
Wow.
leftovers. But it is one of those things where my second helping, yeah, that's right. I go back for seconds.
No judgment.
Thanksgiving
Leave
and
the men
Christmas.
alone.
I really don't go for like the turkey or the ham again. I'm going for like the spinach madeleine,
Yep.
the stuffing, the sweet potato, casserole, that
yes.
kind of stuff
Yeah.
that's been made. But for me, spinach madeleine. If that's all I have
Yeah.
on my plate, I'll be ridiculously thankful.
Wow.
It really is good. You can't mess it up. There's a bunch of different ways to make it, different ingredients.
Yeah.
Back in the day was for those who are in the know, who know it, the Mexican Velveeta
I
was
know.
like the
I
way
saw
to go.
that. I was like, that's interesting.
It's tough to get. It's tough to find. So sometimes you gotta, just do the normal Velveeta, and you put in a little extra splash of Tabasco or Louisiana hot
that's
sauce,
a good
or
tip.
Crystal, or that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's a
but
really good tip.
The OG was like the Mexican Velveeta back in the day, which can be tough to find. Anyway, yeah, that's.
Oh, I just love that it's been passed down. I think something
Everybody.
about recipes being
Yeah.
passed down and it's still made.
It's
really special.
Literally, we have a lot of those recipe cards, and it certainly is just not this, but
Yeah.
all these recipe cards that are yellowed and dog-eared and smudged and got food on them from 30 years.
That's how you know it's rich.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Exactly. It's
Amazing.
maybe a little bit dirty, but yeah.
Look, lots of years of love. You may want to save some of that spinach, ancient spinach. Throw that piece in there to be your little starter.
It's like sourdough.
Yeah.
Starter dough.
Your starter.
The starter. The
Your
mother.
little piece
the
of
mother
spinach
yeast.
that just kept
well,
there.
okay.
Oh, the mother leaf. I like that.
It's the mother dough, the mother yeast. Absolutely, with the sourdough, it's always the same kind of a thing.
Right.
I don't know that I can work for spinach. I don't know. I
Well-
might check it out. You know what? I'll have Reed try it.
Be the tester. I like that.
my son.
For your
I know I
sake,
wouldn't.
have some medicine on
I know I
standby
wouldn't.
just in case. Just in case.
There was a tradition that got going again yesterday. And I've been able to see this a few times, fortunate enough.
Yeah.
The lighting of the the lighting of the Christmas tree, Rockefeller Center. And that's always, I was fortunate enough to see that lighting a few times. My dad worked in New York City for a number of years, so I got to see it as a kid,
Yeah.
which is when it's just the most magical. But they lit it up yesterday for the first time, and it's going to stay lit like 6 a.m. to midnight through what? The rest of the month?
I believe so, for people to enjoy. And you're looking at a USA Today article of the lighting there. Obviously, it changes colors from different point in time. They really do it spectacularly. I've only seen Google images of it, but it is just as stunning to see. If you happen to be planning a trip up that way, like Matt said, you may want to take advantage of it. But they did have that special last night as the magical lighting of the Rockefeller Christmas tree. To think they've been doing this, I believe it said 89 years now. That's a long-standing tradition.
I was back there about 80 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I tell you, you look good. You look real good.
I've got my shoes. Are you kidding? My hair's been 80 years old for 40 years. So that lighting is going on. We got a lighting tomorrow in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge's oldest holiday tradition,
cool.
the Festival
It's
of
back,
Lights,
baby.
is happening.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, you want to attend because it is fun to see. Jay Grimes is participating
Go
in
anyway.
this.
Go
I'm
anyway.
telling you.
Go anyway.
We promise it'll be a grand time. But it's
Grinch
just fun
time?
to see. A Grinch? A grand?
Grand.
A grand Grinch?
I didn't know if there was I didn't know if you were making another
Ooh,
joke. It will be
play
a
on
great time.
words.
Look, are you kidding? Master of ceremonies. Jay's just one of the best at it. So,
Yes.
But to have that return, man, it's just, I know it's going to be 65 degrees or whatever it's going to be, and so maybe it doesn't
a mile.
But you know what? It ain't going to
Yes.
be 20 degrees. It ain't going to be raining.
No, and
So
that's
the
what we love
ability
about
to
South
enjoy.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
You may get a semi-cold or a super warm Christmas.
That's true.
Just pick it out of the hat.
never
Let's
know.
see.
Pick it out of the
Let's
big
see.
Christmas hat. You're right.
But it is exciting to see these Christmas traditions come back.
Yeah.
The Cortana Christmas Parade is coming back. We weren't able to have that last year, and what's awesome about that is we get to see a lot of people showcasing their skills, whether it's local bands, local dance troupes, local organizations. It's like a mini preview to Mardi Gras, because you've got some parades that roll down, some floats that roll down on River Road. So it's exciting that that's going to come back too.
Why not enjoy it? Why not take the time? We're able to safely still do it right now, so get out there and be a part of it. So whatever your traditions are, if they're just getting going, my gosh, we all hope that they just go off without a hitch. And this holiday season is one that you can enjoy as you do it safely for everybody out there.
Thanks to all of you and for joining us on this edition of Holiday Tradition.
Yeah, why not?
We may revisit this topic as we get closer
I assume
to
so.
the holidays towards the end of the month to see if we found any new dishes.
I think we could probably work up a
I
few.
think so too.
Probably so.
Maybe we can rope Johnny in for one of these. Steve too. Talk about their family traditions. And if there is none, we'll just talk about the best things to eat and drink around the holidays.
I'm in. I'm in.
You can't go wrong.
Your favorite holiday
can't go
booze.
wrong.
Exactly. Your favorite holiday booze.
Yeah, you know what,
'Cause sometimes
Johnny?
you need that at the family get together.
True. Johnny just told me about this mind-blowing invention.
Of what?
Bailey's and coffee.
Never heard of it.
Never.
It's a brand new
I hear
thing.
it's very good.
Brand new thing.
Only if you're 21 and older.
Brand
I feel like you need that disclaimer.
Brand new. Never heard of it, Johnny.
Never.
All right. Y'all behave.
Have a good one.